last time we kind of set up the beginning of the parable with the exchange between the scholar trying to justify himself and the Lord's response, which is this parable. And so now we look at the Samaritan who stops. So the Samaritans, of course, have nothing to do with the Jews. And it's interesting, the few times that there's individual Samaritans that the Lord mentions in the gospel, he always does something nice with them. Like the woman at the well is a Samaritan. And the Samaritans they're considered unclean because they have mixed with the tribes that are not Jewish. And so they keep some Jewish things, but they don't keep all the Jewish things. And so the tribes of Judah and Benjamin have just nothing to do with all of the north and anyone who's mixed in to become what they call a Samaritan.
And in some sense, we can say that the Samaritan is a Bishop Carroll fan or a West Sider. It's somebody who's someone who's outside, someone who's different, someone who's looked upon critically and not a part of the community, but not just a matter of location, as a matter of belonging. It's one who does not belong. And so the Lord is making something new between them in his gracious call. But it's an outsider, it's someone different, someone who's cast out.
He just gets off his horse or whatever he was, his mule, and he immediately starts to tend to the man's wounds and doesn't worry about anything except for this man needs help and how can I help him? And so he does all those things, gets him treated, and then puts him on the mule and takes him to an inn. And there he pays for him to stay at the inn. So he's going above and beyond what would even in a certain sense be normal of those times. So it's a striking response to the man who's at the side of the road.
And in some way he's trading places. Like it's an outsider who comes down into the miserable man's condition and picks him up and puts him on the place, this descent of the Good Samaritan and this ascent of the man who's being healed and a real need that's being responded to, not just a generic wish, but concrete actions, cleaning the wounds, bandaging them, carrying him to a place to be provided for. They're real actions, a real intention carried out that bring this man to health, but a trading places between the Samaritan and the wounded man.
He gives him 2 silver coins and says, take care of him until I get back. And if it costs more than that, I'll pay the price. And so, with what Father Luke just said and that, we're supposed to be reading deeper into this, not only because it's a parable, but also because of the Lord, who comes down and raises us up into a place that we don't really deserve to be and make sure that the whole price is taken care of. Not just like, this is enough to get you on your way, but I'll take care of everything.
Yeah, according to a lot of the church fathers, they see, as in anything with the scriptures, Christ is the Word made flesh. And so there's a resonance oftentimes with the spoken word, the story, the parable, and Christ, the sower who went out to sow. And so the church fathers recognized in this Good Samaritan Christ. And we can see that in several ways. But one, he's an outsider. Obviously, the Lord takes flesh, but he's a divine nature. And so there's someone who's removed that has become present and who has come down to bring mercy and healing. So it's beautiful that they see this as an expression of Christ's mercy, who, as Father mentioned, is willing to give everything, not just 2 limited coins, but an unlimited reserve to bring healing and mercy. And so we have to ask then, who is the one who needs mercy? That's us. Obviously, there's a mirror before us, and we can see ourselves in the wounded person, whatever we've experienced in our life, whether it be different difficulties, traumas, anxieties, whatever it be, sinfulness. These are the things that the Lord is bandaging and pouring the oil of his mercy into.